Take a look at this image. Guess how far I've drove to get it? 11 minutes from my driveway. I've flown across the globe for shots that didn't come close to this one, and for a long time I had no idea why. For years I drove hours, sometimes across state lines, chasing locations I seen on Instagram, magazines, or social media. And some of those trips were great, but somewhere along the way I stopped seeing what was right in front of me. And that's what this video is about. There is a thing that happens when you live somewhere for a while and you stop seeing it. The light on a tree in the morning at 6 a.m., the fog that sits low in the field after a cold night, or the way a creek looks after 3 days of rain. Photographers have a name for it, proximity blindness. And honestly, I had it bad. The irony is that the best photographers I've ever spoken with, the ones with the work I generally admire, most of them tell you the same thing. They know only a handful of locations deeply. Not dozens, a handful. So today I want to walk you through the 3 things that I changed that helped me finally start seeing my own backyard as creative resource and not a consolation prize. The first shift was scouting differently. And I don't mean driving around with your camera hoping something catches your eye. What I actually mean is studying the land. I use Google Earth for this, specifically the historical imagery feature. You can scrub back through years of satellite photos of the same location and watch how it changes. Seasonal flooding, crop patterns, tree coverage, construction, things you've never noticed in a single visit. I started keeping a running note on my phone, a list of spots within 30 miles from home, with notes on where I've been in there and what conditions and what I haven't shot yet. Most of them I only visited in good weather, and that's leaving a lot on the table. A location just isn't a place. It's a place with a specific light, specific season, and specific weather. The same spot with 3 different mornings, you can get 3 distinctly different images. Now this is where most photographers make a mistake. They find only a good shot at a location once and never go back. And that's the wrong call. Once you find a location that has potential, good light, interesting foreground, and some depth, commit to visiting it across the full year. I have one spot about 20 minutes from my house. It's a low-lying field in a wetland area. In the summer, it's honestly not that interesting. But in late October, there's the color in the brush, the water level drops, and you get these mist layers in the morning that are hard to beat. In January, after a freeze, I get ice patterns on the edges of the water, and that's something I couldn't plan for. You just have to be there. The photographers who do best with local work aren't necessarily more talented or more patient. They treat a 15-mile radius like a long-term project, not an errand. Your phone's weather app becomes the best scouting tool in this situation. Check for fog, wind direction, cloud coverage, and general weather. If a front is moving through, set an alarm. That's when the good stuff happens. Now I want to be totally honest about something. Part of why I kept traveling for photos was ego. There's something that feels more legitimate about saying, I shot this shot in Iceland, versus I shot this 20 minutes away from my house. But here's what changed in my thinking. The math doesn't work. When you drive 3 hours for a shoot, you're committed, regardless of how the light is, the quality, the weather, or how you're feeling. You have to come home with something, so you force shots that aren't necessarily there. And when the location is close, you can actually be selective. You can look out the window at 5 a.m. You can see that it's flat and gray. You can go back to sleep and then come back Thursday when the light is actually right. I'm not saying don't travel. Travel is great. But if you're waiting for the next big trip to make good work, you're putting your creative development on hold. And that's too long to wait. The photographers who grow fastest are the ones who are shooting constantly and consistently, and that requires proximity. It requires places that you can get to on a Tuesday morning when the light looks promising. So here's my challenge for you this week. Drive your regular routes with your eyes wide open. Find 2 or 3 spots you've driven past a few hundred times and actually pull over. Put them in your phone. Go back next month. Go back when the light is good. Go back when there is rain. and you might just be surprised what you're walking past. Thanks for watching today's video, and I would love to see where some of my fans are. So please drop your city, state, region, country, whatever, any location you'd like to shoot in the comments below. And if you're new here, I make videos about landscape photography, getting outside, drone life, van life, and all the other stuff that goes with it. Subscribe if this sounds like it's your kind of channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.